Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers. Here we are again with the continuation of our lesson. And yesterday I left you with some question. I say why do we say baytu instead of bayti or bayta? And for Kasra yesterday we say Khalid. If you remember, we say Khalid. And I forget to tell you about the Kasra. Okay? Kasra is the third and last vowel sign we are going to see. Is the third and last vowel sign because in Arabic there are only 3 vowel signs. Sorry. And now you can figure it out. Kasra, ha, lid, okay, is the equivalent of our vowel I, okay? It's the equivalent of our vowel I, like video, okay? So you put kasra means we have this I, okay? So why do we say baytu instead of bayti or bayta? So in Arabic, we have 3 cases. The first of all, that is called marfu. They have the nominative case. So the marfu is the normal disposition of the noun. The noun in its formal disposition, you will find it in the marfu case. So example, baytu, okay? When the noun is alone, its normal disposition is baytu. How do we identify the nominative case? The noun will have a dhamma or one dhamma or the tanween or the dhammatain. What we are focusing, it's our interest is to see the dhamma. If we see the dhamma, we know that for sure this now it is in the marfu case. No problem about it. Now the second case is now this marfu. You can write it for your own interest, but I'm not expecting you to know the pronunciation. You can write it in the with the Latin letters marfu'un, okay? But because we haven't see them yet, so inshallah, don't worry yourself. You're going to see all the letters, and whenever we finish seeing the letters, you can write and exercise practice, inshallah. And the second, they're not coming in any specific order. It's only mean that I write it in this order, okay? The order is not. It shouldn't be a problem. You can write it in any order you want. And the second is the genitive case. Majroor, and it's called in Arabic majroor, okay? Majroor. So the majroor, when you find a noun that you say baytu, when you find a noun that have a kasra, so the kasra is going to be under the letter, and fatha is going to be on top of the letter. Kasra is going to be under the letter, and fatha is going to be on top of the letter. So whenever you see a letter, a noun, and on its last letter having a kasra, okay, under its last letter having a kasra, that means that the noun is in the majroor case, in the genitive case. And then we have the accusative case. The last case is accusative case. It's called mansub. Right, for the mansub, you find that the noun, the last letter of the noun will have a fatha. So like how we said, the normal disposition of a noun is marfu. So like when you are at home, and then you are in your normal disposition, okay? Then you receive a call. They say, Musa, come and play football. I go. I put my shirt to play football. And my role in this case is Musa playing football. Okay, it's Musa playing football. So I'm in the majroor case. My role is switched from nominative, from normal, and to majroor case. And then again, I come back, I'm at home, and say, hey Musa, come. There's a dars, come. Okay, so now I put my nice clothes, nice perfume, okay? And I go, and my role now is what? Is the accusative, the mansub case, okay? But my normal disposition is marfu. Now, okay, we look at it. Now let's look at hada. I want to see two new letters. Hada, okay. It's right. It's This is how it is written, okay, but it's pronounced hada. We are going to look at the pronunciation in short. Okay, so let's look at ha. So for hada we have ha. So this is always for our reference, okay, to know, to showcase you where the letters are coming from visually, because only listening sometimes doesn't make all of the job. Sometimes we also need to visualize what we are saying. So we shouldn't have problem with ha is coming uh, in the same place where we find hamza. You see here we have hamza, you see alif, you see ha. Now, I'm not going to tell you that ha is like how they write it here is the same for H, because if you see you have ha here, then we have another ha here. So what's the difference? That's why my main concern is to tell you also where the letters, where we can generate the sound of this letter. Because if I tell you ha and ha, they're the same. Wait a second. Eh? One is written like this, and the other one has another form. How come it did the same? How come it did the same? They have different shape, but you're telling me one is H, the other one also is pronounced like H. No, that's why my main focus is also to tell you, okay, where the letters are coming from, so that you can practice well. You can practice, and you can in your practice you can be efficient. You can be effective and efficient. Efficient because you're not going to waste your time. Say, okay, I have to look. No. You have to just focus here. You just have to focus here. You don't have to go. Focus here. This, okay. Don't go anywhere else. Ha. So ha. Let's look how it's written at the beginning. So at the beginning, it's written. You find it written like when it's in its isolated form. Okay. And the middle, you'll find it like written like a 8 stuck between a floor, or yeah. And the end, you find two way of writing it. You can find it like this or like this. So I have some example. Let's look at. Sometimes my handwriting is not the best of the handwriting. I know that. So the best thing is to look at in the textbook. Let's look at it in the Quran, how it is written in the Quran, and give us some ideas. So here, let's. I think it was in the verse 3. Okay, here we have it. Hope you can see it. You see here. So it is
هذا
okay, at the beginning how it is written ha. So this is the thing. Then if we go down a little bit down, if you go down a little bit down, we go down a little bit down, mashallah, we can find something, if I'm not mistaken, the middle form. I can see it. I can no longer see it. Where are you? Scooby Doo, where are you? Okay, okay. Here, you see,
أتمها
in
أتمها
between two letters. When it is between two letters, you find it written like, okay, it starts between. This is how you write it. Just write it like a 8, and then okay. Sometimes you write Chinese one, and sometimes you write fast, and then you just write it like a 8. You don't. I'm not an artist. And then for the end, so this is the first way I say you can find it. Okay, you see the end of the letter.
وإخوته
When it is the end of the letter, we
وإخوته
have إخوته. Okay, إخوته. You see he. So that is our ha. When it is the last letter composing the noun. And also we can find it written like this when
وأخوه
it is the last
وأخوه
component the noun. So here is isolated. Yes, isolated. What? So what's the difference? The difference is here
وأخوه
is isolated. So it's not isolated like the
وأخوه
isolated form. It's normal isolated form. Yes, isolated. You can write it isolated in the like the way we write it. You can also write it like this. And normally when it is in a sentence, when it's compound a noun, when it's isolated, you find it written like this. And obviously here
وإخو
it's written like this
وإخوته
together when it's together with another letters. Okay, let's come back to us. Let's come back to us. And then the second that we are going to see is the hada. For the native English speaker, it shouldn't be a problem because to say the the no, normally you should stick your tongue. You should stick it out from the incisors of the teeth. Okay, but normally, if you're not if English is not your native language, you just say they and your fetish. Okay, but for the but we say that Arabic, we want to speak it, we want to learn it, we want to understand it, we want to be, want to sound like a native speaker. So we have to know where, Bismillah. So that's why we are looking at it. So that we say you take your tip of your tongue, you stick it out between the incisors of the teeth. That that. Now that is the way. And if you see, that is similar. It's similar to del that we saw yesterday. It's similar to del in the shape, in its shape. But what is the difference? The difference, I say, if there's two letters that they have similar shape, look at the dot. Okay, like how we see baytun. They were similar in form, baytun, but one have two dot on top of the letter, one have two dot under the letter, one have only one dot under the letter. So like similar, the same thing for that and that. That is written like del, but has a dot on top of him. But if you look at del, you see del, we don't have any dot on top of him. But for del, we have what? We have a dot on top of him. Okay, Bismillah, we get it. And the same thing for del. Del also is part-time selfish. It's also part-time selfish. Okay, so at the beginning, now it's written like when it's in its isolated form, and in the middle and the end is part-time as selfish. So from right, okay, from right to left, from right to left, you say okay, I'm with you. I can connect with you. But from right to left, say I'm not going to connect with no one. Okay, it's half time, part-time selfish. So what is the meaning of hada? Hada means this. Hada means this. Okay, so this is a demonstrative pronoun. This is a demonstrative pronoun. And in English, in Arabic, for demonstrative pronoun, we say ismu ishara. Ismu ishara. Like I said, I'm not expecting you to know it, but you can, for your own interest, you can write it. Okay. Now let's look at something interesting. Look at something very interesting. Okay. Now we have hada baytun. Okay. Look at hada baytun, hada baytun. So the translation of hada baytun is this is a house. This 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 is a house. But if you look at carefully, I say hada. When we say hada means this, and baytu means a house because we have tanween that indicate the noun being indefinite. Okay, so how can I translate it as this is a house? Where is is coming from? Where is coming from? Okay, so we have to say that in Arabic, like in the contrary of English, that in English we have is, are, am, yeah, called linking verb or called copular verbs. Okay, in Arabic they don't exist. Okay, they don't exist in Arabic. They don't exist. Okay, they are understood. Okay, they are understood. Bismillah, they are understood. So how will you translate هذا Khalid? How will you translate هذا Khalid? Now I'm listening. Okay, this is Khalid. Now like you. This is Khalid. This is how we translate هذا Khalid. This is Khalid. Okay, now you're starting to come come coming into the language. Now you're starting understanding the language. Okay. Now let's look at something that I say we are going to look at now. Listen, when I say hada, do you pay attention? I say hada, hada. I say Khalid, Khalid, hada, hada, Khalid. Okay, so I'm prolongating the ha and the ha also. So for haza, I'm prolongating the ha. I'm saying ha, the. If you remember, I said it is written like the alif. We put alif before after the ha, and then the ha, the, and also for Khalid, Khalid, Khalid. So that means if you see every time that I'm prolongating this letter, there's always alif. There's always alif there. There's always alif. Alif here. Alif also here. Okay. And the alif here. Okay. So what is the role of this alif here? What is the role of this alif? I'm going to tell you about him a little bit. I'm going to give you some hint. Okay, I'm not going because it's alif in this case playing the role of mud. So I don't want to give you too much information, but let's do it. Let's do it. I think we can do it. Okay, I think we can do it. So to give you the mud, this is the natural mud. We are going to look at only the natural mud. We are going to look at it and then go out. Look at it and then go out, because the chapter of mud is very long. The chapter of mud is very long. Okay, and long is a mud. It means elongation, to prolong the sound of a letter. Okay, but for now we are going to look at the natural mud. For the natural mud to occur, we have to sign a contract with them. We have to sign a contract with the natural mud. The natural mud they have two requests. They have two requests. The first request, all the three letters of mud. The first letter of mud that we are looking at it is alif, and whenever we see the other letters, we are going to explain them also. But for the three of them, they have one request in common, and that request is before the mud to come, before the letter of the mud, you say I shouldn't have any hamza before or after me, or any school. I shouldn't have any hamza or school before or after me. We say, do you agree? We say, yeah, we agree. Let's sign a contract. Before you sign, there's another agreement. So the second agreement, each one is different. For alif, we say, look, my agreement is before I came, I told you like I shouldn't have before and after me any school or hamza. You say you agree, okay. But for me, my second agreement is before me, you should have a fatha. Okay, the letter that precedes me, that come before me, it should have a fatha. We say, do you agree? We say, we agree. Where do you have to sign? And then he signed. Okay, Bismillah. So if you and mud it means elongation, to prolong the mud. So if you see هذا before 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 the ha, let's look at it here. That is more okay. You see here, you see ha, you see the alif. We say alif, we want you to come as a mud. You say okay, but do you remember? I say I remember. You say what do you have before and after? We say we don't have any sukun or hamza. You say okay, bismillah, bismillah. And the second contract, do you remember? Say yeah, I have a fatha on top of me. I have a fatha on top of me. And then alif come. You say okay, now I can come and play the role of mud. So let me prolong you. Ha, I'm going to help you. Ha, okay. And also for that, because if you see, look, here we have the alif. Before him, we don't have sukun or hamza. And after it, we don't have sukun or hamza. We have dhal, and the dhal is not, it doesn't have any sukun. So we say bismillah, I like you. We say I like you too. And for dhal, also say alif, I want you to play the play of mud. They say, do you remember? Say, I remember. Say, what is my contract? Say, yeah. I don't have any hamza or sukun before or after me. Say, okay, now here we are. You say, so what is next? You say, look, I have a fatha also. So okay, now I can come. Because you see, the alif, the mud, they always have to test the water. They say before putting your both foot inside the water, you have to test how deep is the water. So alif is testing. Okay, say, do we have hamza? Do we have a sukun? You say okay, no, we don't have it. You say okay, then do we have a fatha before me? Say yeah, we have a fatha. We say okay, I can come. Then I can come. Okay, alhamdulillah. This is the natural mud of alif. This is when alif play the role of mud. This is when alif played the role of mud. So whenever we have a letter that has fatha on top of it, and after it doesn't have any sukun or hamza, then alif come and play the role of the mud. He elongate the letter, but only for 2 seconds. Okay, only for 2 seconds. It doesn't prolong it. It doesn't give him a much boost. Only give him 2 second boost. 2 second boost. Hada. Okay, only 2 second boost. And this mud, it play a very how can we say it? It's very important. Let's say it like that. Let's say that it's very important. Like for example, if I write banana here, if I write so banana, and if I say to someone that is not familiar with this letter, with this word, to read it, you can read it banana, you can read it banana, you can read it correctly banana, or you can read it banana. Okay, so we're not helping him, giving him some tips to say, oh look, banana, you should to pronounce it correctly, you should prolong on the second a. The second a, you should prolong it. Okay, the second a, you should prolong it. You should say banana. Okay, banana. You say banana. You shouldn't prolong the first a, banana. No, or the last a, or banana. No, you should prolong only the second a. So this is the role of mud. It's tell you how to pronounce the noun correctly, because it's telling you where to prolong it and where to don't to stay away from prolongation, okay, elongation. So Bismillah, this is what we have for today. But هذا خالد, هذا خالد, what's the meaning itself of هذا and what's the meaning of Khalid? What's the meaning of هذا and what's the meaning of what role does هذا play? What role does Khalid play? Okay, want to know what role that هذا play, what role that Khalid play. Inshallah, we're going to see it tomorrow. So stick with us. And if you are new, like I will say, inshallah, before the end of the first before Ramadan, we are going to be able to read the Quran, inshallah, 1/3 of the Quran, I say. So inshallah, stick with us, stick with me, and we are going to tell you this, what is the role of hada.